This summer, Aston Villa surprised everyone by securing the signature of Moussa Diaby in a record-breaking deal. In the following video, we will explain why Villa fans should be enthusiastic about this acquisition and what he will bring to the team. Villa has been closely following Diaby's progress for the last 2.5 years. Their interest began in 2021 when Jack Grealish was departing for Manchester City. Diaby, 24 years old, has now signed a 5-year contract valued at 40 million euros, with an additional 10 million euros based on performance-related criteria. This move aligns with Villa's strategy of recruiting players experienced in European competitions. Diaby's impressive performance in the Europa League, achieving 12 goals and 8 assists in 28 matches, held significant importance for both the team hierarchy and Emery. Although Villa as Diaby's destination might have surprised some, there's a notable change in atmosphere at Villa Park nowadays. They successfully bought Unai Emery back to England, a feat that even eluded Newcastle before hiring Eddie Howe. They convinced Monchi to leave Sevilla, and even the acquisition of Pau Torres raised a few eyebrows. These actions all signify a clear intent, and the triumphant pursuit of this versatile winger further reinforces that message. Emery has taken on an influential role at Villa Park, essentially being the key decision-maker. The club's hierarchy defers to him, granting him the authority to shape the team's recruitment and playing squad according to his vision. Just as with Tielemans, Emery advocated for Diaby's signing after discussions with the scouting team and drawing from their past collaboration at Paris Saint-Germain. In the beginning, Emery's top preference was Athletic Bilbao's Nico Williams. He needed a versatile and speedy attacker within his tactical formation, the 4-2-2-2, who could exploit the space between center-backs and full-backs, functioning effectively in various positions across the forward line. Williams met these requirements, as did another target, Marco Asensio, who in the end chose to join PSG. However, throughout this process, Villa's main priority was recruiting an attacker with these specific attributes. During possession, Villa's structure consists of 4 distinct tiers: high-positioned fullbacks in a back 4, a double pivot, 2 number 10s, and split forwards. Watkins serves as the main focal point up front, which is particularly relevant in the context of Diaby. He complements a dynamic forward skilled at moving into central areas, while simultaneously stretching the play out wide and behind the opposition's defense. While not the most physically imposing, Diaby compensates for this with his explosive speed, impressive dribbling skills, and a strong presence in the attacking third. His remarkable productivity places him in the top performers in Germany. During the previous season at Leverkusen, he ranked among the top 8% of wingers in Europe's major leagues when it came to successful take-ons leading to goals, showcasing his significant importance in the crucial final third of the field. Diaby still has room for improvement, and the intention is to deploy him across various attacking roles, on the wide right, left, and as a secondary striker alongside Watkins. His journey began when he joined PSG at the age of 13, following his early development at Esperance, which is situated about 10 kilometers to the west. He moved up to PSG's B team in 2017, after receiving the TT d'Or Award the previous year, recognizing him as the most prominent talent in the academy. He also spent a 6-month loan spell at Serie A side Crotone in the latter half of the 2017-18 season, which convinced PSG to gradually integrate him into the first team. In the following year, Diaby made 34 appearances for PSG, scoring 4 goals across various competitions, and notably, providing an assist in nearly every other game. He was gaining recognition for his abilities both with and without possession. Prior to the 2019-20 season, Diaby made a 15 million euro move to Leverkusen. His prior experience during a loan stint in Italy helped him adjust swiftly to a new environment outside of Paris. He netted 8 goals and contributed 8 assists in 39 matches. With a natural inclination toward his left foot, Diaby operated on his preferred flank about 75% of the time. This allowed him to leverage his strengths effectively. His speed, dynamism, and the ability to shift the ball onto his left foot for powerful goal-bound strikes. Comparisons to Arjen Robben were frequent during his time in Germany, but he's progressed to a point where those aren't really accurate anymore. During the 2022-23 period, he netted 2 goals from outside the penalty area. The remaining 7 came from inside the box. This perspective could lead one to draw parallels between Diaby and Mohamed Salah rather than Robben. Diaby excels at penetrating the box and taking shots. Although there's room for growth in converting these opportunities, his tactical prowess and speed enable him to engineer openings that might be impossible for many other players. At Leverkusen, Diaby found himself alongside Bailey in a largely implemented 4-2-3-1 system. With Havertz and Volland at the offensive core and Bellarabi mainly on the opposite flank, manager Peter Bosz chose to rotate 2 wingers with similar attributes and stages of their careers. Yet, it was Diaby who injected a unique element into Leverkusen's play. With Havertz occupying the space between lines and being given freedom to roam, the Frenchman brought sharpness to their approach. Diaby's ranking in the top 19% among wingers in Europe's major leagues for progressive carries per 90 minutes underscored his role as Leverkusen's primary ball carrier. Utilizing Smarter Scout's comprehensive ratings, which evaluate players on a scale of 0 to 99 in relation to how frequently they execute certain stylistic actions or how effectively they do so, Diaby emerges prominently in various attacking metrics. This includes his carrying and dribbling volume, as well as expected goals from creating shots. Diaby's transformation truly took shape during his second year at Leverkusen. He progressed from being a winger who occupied wide positions and added flair to his game to becoming a contributor in terms of actual goals and assists. His tally of 10 goals and 15 assists highlighted his evolution, which was notably aided by an increased role on the left side as Bailey switched over. To provide a comparison, Bailey had primarily operated from the left during the preceding season, with 75% of his appearances coming from that position. However, a year later, this figure drastically decreased to just 27.5%. He was instead deployed on the right, and even utilized as a false 9 following Havertz's departure. During his last season in Germany, Diaby contributed 25 goals in 48 matches, a slight decrease from the previous year. However, his improved shot volume rating indicates that he was more successful in positioning himself for goal-scoring opportunities. Impressively, Diaby ranked among the top 8% of wingers in the top 5 leagues when it came to non-penalty expected goals per 90 minutes, achieving 0.35. His defensive efforts off the ball tend to lack intensity, as shown by a low rating of 1 out of 99 for defending intensity in Smarter Scout data. In comparison, he placed in the bottom 1% of wingers for attempted tackles and in the bottom 3% for tackles won, averaging only 0.24 per 90 minutes. Diaby's playing style involves high-risk moves, which contributes to his lower pass frequency and completion rate. He falls in the 39th percentile for passes, indicating that 61% of attackers handle the ball more frequently. This, however, highlights his direct approach, particularly evident in his frequent ball carrying into the final third, where he ranks in the 78th percentile. As Emery emphasizes from his wingers, Diaby excels at timing his runs to exploit the gap between the opposition center back and fullback. Furthermore, his combination of mental and technical abilities suggests that he should quickly adapt to the English game. Emery's Sevilla achieved 3 consecutive Europa League triumphs by capitalizing on rapid transitions and exploiting runs behind defenses. He possesses the expertise to maximize players like Diaby in such contexts, which in itself should stir excitement among Villa fans. However, there have been instances of Bundesliga players making high-profile moves to the Premier League in recent times that haven't resulted in the expected outcomes. Notable names like Timo Werner, Jadon Sancho, Christian Pulisic, Henrik Mkhitaryan, and even Kai Havertz and Villa's current attacker Leon Bailey have struggled to replicate their Bundesliga form in England. This underscores that there's no guarantee of a different outcome with Diaby. Nonetheless, there's unquestionable recognition of Diaby's innate talent, and he has consistently performed at a high level for several seasons. While every signing carries inherent risks, Villa's acquisition of Diaby reflects their expanding ambitions. In the initial matches, Diaby's debut has been very promising, with him hitting the ground running and already contributing 2 goals and 1 assist. The trajectory from here still remains uncertain, and only time will tell the truth. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Feel free to share your opinion in the comments section below. If you found this video enjoyable, don't forget to show your support by hitting the like button and subscribing for more content. Thank you!